end part, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected.
Because, everybody be checking in. That's your favorite thing to do. Check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass.
Wow.
Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know in California got your back? The guy that got beef with other hoods and all this, you checking into that dude?
Fictitious name. They're not a mob. Mob ties is like the white boy from Malibu Most Wanted. Jay Prince Jr. and his son, they like the Malibu from Most Wanted. They're not no real gangsters.
The whole checking in drama and extortion in hip-hop scene has been the subject of a lot of talk lately, particularly in light of the suspicions involving Drake and his longtime Houston guardian turned suspected extortion kingpin Jay Prince. Moreover, there are rumors that Jay Prince may have given up on Drake. Now hear this. Drake reportedly attempted to prevent any rappers connected to Kendrick Lamar from appearing live in Houston, believing that his father, Jay Prince, would support him. However, Schoolboy Q intervened and made it quite evident that he was unafraid of Drake's purported ties to the mob. In front of a sizable audience in Houston earlier this month, Schoolboy didn't stop there. Furthermore, he described the entire check-in process as absurd and plain ridiculous, particularly for an experienced individual like Jay Prince, who is still engaging in these juvenile street games and attempting to blackmail his own staff. What then is the true story behind Jay Prince's extortion scandal? Who has he attempted to intimidate, and has rappers who have defied him suffered any fatal consequences as a result? Let's dissect it.
You want to go over there.
Right.
For what? Don't call me.
Right.
Oh, it's a you having a nerve to call me sometime. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm playing video games. My daughter got a soccer game tomorrow, bro. Grow the
All right, so let's start by discussing this extortion industry and how hip-hop culture came to embrace it. The origins of extortion crime gangs can be traced back to the Italian mafia of the 18th century, who threatened to destroy property or threatened to kill business owners unless they paid protection money. Let's go back to the time when the mafia arrived in America and extortion became common in the inner cities. Chicago, New York, and Philadelphia were literally trembling with terror as a result of frequent mafia takedowns. Naturally, these dubious methods were copied by other organized crime groups and street gangs. Given how much money hip-hop is making, it was only a matter of time until these groups started focusing on rappers. These days, extortion is nearly woven into hip-hop culture, and not even the greatest names in the industry have avoided it. Consider Tupac as an illustration. Disturbing records from the FBI's 2011 investigation into Tupac's suicide revealed an extortion plot by the Jewish Defense League, a group the FBI categorized as right-wing. FBI documents claim that the JDL directly threatened the deaths of several well-known rappers, including Tupac and Eazy-E, and demanded money in exchange for protection from Ruthless Records. According to the documents, which were first generated in 1997, JDL and other people who have not yet been named have been using death threats to get money from other rappers. The plan entails the rap artist receiving phone death threats from Redacted and other subjects. Then, subjects step in by getting in touch with the victim and offering to protect them for a price. The owner of Ruthless Records, Eric Wright, commonly known as Eazy-E, was reportedly the victim of this extortion plot before passing away from AIDS, according to a source. According to reports, Name Redacted also targeted Tupac Shakur before his most recent visit to Las Vegas, Nevada, end quote. Rappers are required to check in whenever they visit their city in order to ensure that they can travel around safely without being punked or worse. Fast forward to the present day, and many Black American street gangs rely on the extortion of rap artists as a source of cash. Rappers gain access to the neighborhood for free in this manner, and the neighborhood residents profit from security costs, an opening for well-known performers. Let's look at a few examples now. Just to reiterate, not even the A-listers are exempt. Consider Kanye West as an example. When he got into trouble while traveling to Philadelphia, he had to call in Beanie Siegel, the Broad Street, as backup. As some dubious guys pulled up chairs to Kanye's table, he was sitting there with his friends at a diner, not even eating, just waiting. Fortunately, Beanie intervened and turned things around for Kanye, who had to conceal his jewelry and maintain a low profile.
He was feeling how some dudes was like looking at him sideways at his jewelry or whatever.
Yeah.
He started to get kind of nervous, and he called you up.
No, he didn't call me up personally.
Well, somehow it got you.
You know, two ways you could put out the blast. It could go to everybody who was, he put the blast out that he felt threatened.
Right.
Yeah.
And you showed up.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, you let them know that nothing's gonna happen to Kanye.
Nah.
That's not how it went down.
Yeah,
No,
I'm saying, nothing was gonna happen to him. Not while I was there. Nothing was gonna happen to him.
Did you feel that Kanye was being paranoid, or do you think that something might have actually happened with the people that you confronted at that point?
No, he wasn't being paranoid. They had chairs pulled up to his table where he was eating at with his friends, and they wasn't eating.
Oh.
Yeah.
So something was about to happen to Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah, it was real.
It was real.
Yeah, they played the food, it was cold. There was only a couple bites sticking out of them. And it was just like a weight off. Like, hurry up. And when you come out of here, it's going down. So when I got Kanye, you know this guy right here? It was like, nah, I just pulled the chair from him, you know, and Kanye had his jewelry tucked in, you take your chain out. And that was like a badge, that Rockefeller chain, like, I don't do that. At least I didn't roll that way. And that was my brother. Like, we was rock la familia. We was the family. So taking from him at that time was like taking from me.
How did the guys react when you confronted them?
As they should.
Took a few steps back.
A little more than a few steps.
Detroit is a completely different animal now, my dear. Trick Trick's no-fly zone appears to apply to the Motor City. It was all explained by Trick Trick on the Drink Champs podcast. Basically, you had better pay your dues and show respect if you're a rapper coming into Detroit.
Trick, because I don't understand, what is the no-fly zone? What does that mean? Because I mean, I've come to Detroit and had marvelous times.
We shot a movie together in Detroit.
So, but what is this no-fly zone mean?
It was for record labels.
Okay.
When record labels used to have like street teams, and that was back in the A&R days. You know, they would have a promo team, take the artists, you know, A&R take the artists to different locations, and it was like they were just coming to Detroit and wasn't picking up nothing. It was like they would charge the local artists to perform. They would charge the local artists to perform, and the local artists would bring 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people sometimes to this event that will pay to get in. It's like, how is you charging them and they bringing you revenue?
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
And then, you know, when it kept happening with the little homies and they was just doing it because they got money, like, you know, man,
Meaning paying to
it was just
on their own stage.
Exactly. And it was radio as well. Like, you know, the Summer Jams events didn't consist of mostly Detroit artists. They consist of everybody from everywhere else, and the Detroit artists would get charged.
Wow.
And I was like, stop everything, and the only entertainment around this gonna be what's here.
Right.
So we gonna get acquainted with what we got around these corners, and then we'll start letting a few trinkets in one at a time. And if anybody violate it, we deal with that, of course.
And Rick Ross is the one who knows this the best. In 2014, Rose had planned to perform at a summer jam gathering, but the local no-fly zone enforcers had other ideas. 100 residents halted Ross's entourage, letting him know he wasn't welcome. Currently, rumors are circulating that Ross was really alarmed. Naturally, he eventually denied all of it and insisted that he was free to visit Detroit anytime he pleased.
I have to ask you, okay, what is going on with you in Detroit? There was a show that you were supposed to perform, right? And you made, you referenced it on your Twitter.
Right.
You made light of it. But now it's like the headlines are crazy. The blogs are like, Rick Ross is fearful of his life. He can't come to Detroit anymore. So no fly zone. What's happening? What's going on with that?
Somebody is misleading our like, yo, we went out to Detroit, we had a gig to go to, so the team head over, to the gig. And I got my team, so my team was always in front of me, just to make it clear. I never even made it to the venue.
Okay.
I never made it to the venue. Me and whoever this gentleman is, we never crossed paths. He never spoke with Rose. And I expect him to clarify that. I expect him, to tell y'all, we never talked to Rose. We never spoke to M&G. But anyway, the caravan on the way to the venue, and they get there, and someone has locked the gates to the venue, padlocked or however they did it. The gate was locked. It was gentlemen supposed to be here. This I didn't see myself.
Okay.
It was supposed to be gentlemen here who were talking with the police, and it was very peaceful. For my team that made it.
There before you.
Right. They didn't even know it was a problem, and so, that's the promoter's job, So,
to guarantee that it's
right,
the
just
situation.
Right, so, the promoter himself say, let's get it fixed. We say, let's go to the casino. Shout out to Greektown Casino, so we went back to the casino. And that's when we chilled, and that's when I got this. That was supposed to be a mob gang, and that's totally false. When I let that breathe for a whole day, just expecting somebody to step up and say that's not true. No one spoke to M&G, no one.
So what happens now? Like, do you go back to Detroit?
I mean, for me
because
personally,
your fans are out there. They want to see you.
I mean, for me personally, of course it ain't personal because I was paid and I was paid well. You understand? And I just feel bad for those kids that stood out there 6 hours.
Right.
That wanted to see Ricky Rose and couldn't see the boss because someone padlocked the gate. So for whatever reason they did this, I don't understand it. Because if it's somebody that's supposed to be from the jungle, in the jungle you don't lock the lions out. You let the lions in and lock them in. That's when you get your confrontation.
Let's not overlook DaBaby at this point. A local gang challenged him for trespassing during a film shoot in East Atlanta. Despite their attempts to scare him, DaBaby maintained his
wow.
What's up? What's happening? Oh yeah. Oh. Ain't nobody signed up a business slip for me. Huh? Oh yeah. I ain't know that. Okay. Okay. No cool. You said what? Nah. I don't know nothing I ain't get told about. Nah. Ain't none of that going on. Look, like I say, I all the little youngers out there. That's cool. But they're cool. Hey, well, they're cool. They ain't got to fuck with me, but I ain't signing no permission slip nowhere. That ain't what I do. Hey, look. If you wanted to come politic, you could have came in politics. Hey, that's all good, big homie. They said he could have just came in politics. You know, that's what real niggas do. I ain't no pee-wee. But check out what I'm saying. I ain't no pee-wee though, so it don't go like that. It gotta be respect. It gotta be respect. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. It gotta be respect. Look, nah. Y'all just come, y'all give respect. Y'all would've got the utmost respect. You see what I say? What's good with y'all? Y'all alright? Nah, okay, let's check it out. Y'all show respect. Y'all would've got respect. But it ain't no, come on, don't do it like that. Just don't do it like that. You feel me? Don't do it like that. You come with respect. It be respect. Yes, straight up. What you mean? Look, brother, it's not who I am. He just told. He know what check. Whoever told you I was over to shoot a video, ask them who I am. I don't answer questions. I don't sign permission slips. I don't do that, big homie. You feel me? You could have came and chopped it. Okay, we gonna see. We gonna see. Wait a minute.
I can get this bitch off out here. Cause y'all have to stack up quick. Turn up.
Come on, Kiki. Hey, no, next time I don't check in, bro. Look, like I say, next time you just say, hey, come holler at me, bro, and I come holler at you. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna never check in. Hey, I'm not checking in nowhere. You hear me? Okay, that's what's up. That's straight, okay. Say no more. Okay. I see you. Well. Good.
Afterwards, when DaBaby appeared on Vlad TV, he talked about the event and said that things could have turned out badly for the other guys.
You got the ass about it.
You stood your ground.
Okay.
I mean, granted, when you look at that situation, with so many cameras around, I doubt anything would have happened. But then again, people do act stupid. And, you know, egos come into play and so forth. Did you feel that it could have gone wrong?
Yeah, God was on their side. God was on their side. It worked out perfect for them. You know, it worked out perfect. I really had just ordered, like, you seen like that film, like all the people out there, like the film crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had just came down. It was just me and my brother. I had just ordered like pieces for like the whole film crew and shit, so everybody could eat. Everybody could eat it. You know what I mean? Go grab the pieces. I went to grab the pieces for the whole film crew. I had on like little shorts and, you know, I had to lighten up. I had the little shorts and do my little dance. But I know do what I do. Like, I had to lighten up, so it worked out perfect for him. You know, as everybody probably know now.
Well, I didn't see any security.
Nah,
I didn't even see really.
It was just me. Everybody
crew.
else was
Yeah.
doing that. Was there to do a job.
Right.
I had just met them that day. Everybody else was there like, damn, you know, they was there to do a job. They was scared. All them niggas was scared. Everybody out there was
It
scared.
looked like a scary situation. It looked like it was about to go left.
Yeah.
But they ultimately walked away.
Right on time, too.
Yeah.
Figures in the industry such as Joe Budden now regard extortion as a normal part of the business. He likens it to having to pay state taxes, inconvenient yet essential. He decides that it's preferable to keep things quiet and pay up than to risk incurring the anger of the public.
This is how I explain it. State taxes. Checking in is state taxes. I don't live in LA, but I've done work in LA. And at the end of the year, LA sends a note to my house that tells me how much money I owe them. That's the government. The street people that are powerful enough to control movement in their town, i.e. Big U, Trick Trick, whoever these names are. All of y'all artists come to these cities and take, and make money all year long without giving back. So, to avoid the streets getting it from you how they want to get it from you, I'll fix all that, but there's a fee attached. That's how I view it. I didn't grow up with you, I don't know you, I don't know none of them, I don't really care about your well-being, but you're gonna pay? All right, he's good for these 3 days that he's here.
You are likely aware that Schoolboy had 2 of their gigs in Canada abruptly canceled, reportedly at Drake's request. Rumor has it that Drake attempted to pull off the same ruse in Houston, believing his father Jay Prince would support him and forbid everyone connected to Kendrick and TDE from entering the area. However, it appears that Jay Prince no longer intends to engage in combat with Drake. Additionally, Schoolboy Q played to a sold-out House of Blues in Houston on August 3rd. Many now claim that Drake is insane for believing he could rule Houston from Canada and decide which American musicians may play there. Supporters believe Jay Prince is far too old for these extortion schemes and street gangs. Drake and Jay Prince are so corny, a fan commented. Recognize that I can't do it and head into the studio to try to compose a better song. I love that Canadian ego. K.Dumb. Another person mentioned a 60-year-old gangster who was a baby boomer and was still acting aggressive. Elderly ninjas should go sit down. No regard for those belonging to the generation who ruined our towns in the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. What do you think, though, about Jay Prince and his purported extortion business? What are your thoughts on the reports that Drake attempted to prevent TDE performers from performing in Houston? Please leave a remark below.